Hello guys, welcome back. We will be creating in this tutorial an accounting system, simple accounting system in Excel like this. It will have charts of accounts, journal entries, ledger, uh, interactive trial balance, interactive ledger like this, and it will also have an income statement, balance sheet, and a cash flow statement. In this video, we will be focusing only on charts of account and journal entries. How we can create this table, how can we pass journal entries. This is not a tutorial for accounting concept. This is only a tutorial for accounting system and Excel sheet. So without further ado, let's get it. So guys, let's create charts of accounts. But this charts of account, I have to remove the mirror lines. So you all know we have 5 charts of accounts. We have assets, liabilities, and expenses, and revenue. So these are the main charts of accounts. Under these accounts, then we have sub accounts. Like we have the sub account of current assets, fixed asset, current liabilities, and long-term liabilities. Liabilities and equity expenses. To categorize this, which account will cost which reports. So asset is a balance sheet account. Accounts statement as sorry. This is also balance sheet. This is balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet. Only the last two are income statement. So these are the main account we will be working on. So here we will create our account, like account related to our business. So we will again get this class. Okay, so in every business, first of all, cash and bank account are must. Cash, bank 1, bank 2, we will have multiple account. We have to specify here and here on the bank. Okay, then we have to go here to look into all these accounts. We have a sales account, course, other income account, maybe. And if there are others, you can specify here, but for simplicity, we will pick only the most use account. We have salary account, we have receivable account, sales. Sorry, first we have to list some expense, rent, electricity, and then electricity. Then let's go to balance sheet, receiving. I think they are not just valid, receivable, payables. No, there are other sub accounts of the student. Employee receivable, the receivable, vendor receivable, like a lot of, and there are also sub account of payable as well. Okay, so let's stick to this one now. We will then add others if needs be in the next page. Okay, let's add another equipment account, assets and equipment. I think balance sheet on them. There's also an opening account if you are making the statement in the middle of the business. Now let's specify to which statement these accounts will go. Okay, cash, as you all know, balance sheet. That's complete from here. Bank is also balance sheet. Balance sheet, sales is income statement. Other income is income statement, salary income statement, rent income statement, electricity income statement, and these are balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet, and balance sheet. Okay, so we have to start from these accounts. As we go on to our creating our system, maybe we encounter other account as well, and we have to list it here. Okay, so now we have created our accounts to work with. Let's go to JV so we can process some JV here. First of all, we have to create a table for this tab, specify description, debit, credit, and memo, I think. Okay, let's add one more account, equity here. Equity or opening balances, because when we start our business, you have to put some capital. This is balance sheet. You can also call it capital. Okay, so now let's convert this to table. Let's decide some nice color. I think that's what, yeah. Now, this is our table created. Let's just now start on the same size and memo. Yeah, I don't want my table design. Design. Yeah, that's okay. That's it. Okay, so let's assume that we start our business on the in February, 1st February. Okay, so we put our date here. That is 1st February. The description is now we have to invest something to start business. So description investing capital. So okay, now let's I forgot one thing. I have to add here an accounts as well. Now to bring our accounts, we need to add a data validation technique to bring all those accounts which were listed in the previous sheet. So select a list, select and go here and select this. Okay, and okay, and okay. Now, okay, now let's what our accounts are here. So we put some cash in our accounts like 1 million. So we put 1 million. I need to format these as well. So okay, so you can write a memo here, but I think description is enough. But if you can write some comments, memo, another thing, you can write it down here. Okay, so cash debit into account and what we have credit. Let's copy this into our credit account. Let's see the base, and this will be our capital. Why it's not searching? It should search it here. Equity. So this is our first entry. Cross everything. So an account is like why we call it double entry, because you have to everything. Every transaction have to be an effect of on the other side. If it should be debited, it should be credited as well on the other account, because it's like a bucket. You take one thing from the bucket that, and the other is empty, and the other is the one is full. You have to put it there. So you have to count both the bucket. The point is, I don't know, that is a good example, but you have to count both the bucket. So yeah, we started business with 1 million. Now we have to buy some equipment. Okay. So on the 2nd February, we bought a shop, like we bought a machine. So all right here, I'm just for simplicity purpose. The description is not that good. I'm just for conceptual and simplicity. I'm just putting some random description, but the description should be like include to include every keywords. If someone look into account, he should be understand from the description what's going on in this entry. So purchase of machine. So on 1 lakh, we bought a machine. Okay, we bought a machine. So machine will go to assets. Assets and equipment. Assets and equipment is a fixed asset. You can specify here as well that this is a fixed asset, long-term asset, or what else. Okay, so cash is current asset. You will understand it better if you bank is current asset, sales is not an asset, and the income salary, receivable is current assets, payable is, there are two kind of payable, but for simplicity purpose we have to put it here current asset, and this is a fixed asset. Okay, and the opening is actually equity. This is equity. Okay, now like debit and cash. So we bought. Now we need to transfer these. We have cash in our hand, but we need to transfer this to our bank account, one of our bank accounts. So on the 2nd February as well, we transfer to bank. So bank one. I'm not. Sometimes it's not picking it up. Bank one, like what do we have now? 9 lakh. Okay, 9 lakh should be transferred here. Not cash. Okay, so that's it. Now we have all our account, all our bank balance, all our cash in bank one. Now we need to pay in advance, some rent expenses in advance. So for advance, the entry should be like, for 6 months, we are giving a 6 month advance to our, for the shop that we rented. So then for 6 months, 6 months, okay. So this is, the first month we need to, for the first month we need to expense out the rent, but for the rest of the 5 months we need to capitalize that. Then we need to adjust it every month. So for the first month, the rent should be 10,000 per month. Let's take 10,000 per month. So, okay, rent expensive. I don't know if I have mentioned any rent. Yeah, there is a rent. Okay, for rent expenses, 10,000. Oh, that's our expense. The next 50,000 should be in advance. Okay, we will take description same for both. Okay, now what should be the entry for? So this 50,000 is our receivable. It goes to balance sheet. This 10,000 will go to income statement, but this 50,000 will goes to balance sheet. So we need to create another account like prepared expenses. Okay, we don't need to prepare rent, because then we have to create other account for other prepared or individual account. So we need to create a general account prepared expenses. This should be our current asset, and this should be goes to balance sheet. Okay, so prepared expenses. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, prepared expenses. Okay, so 50,000. And what is the debit of? We need to 60,000. We need to copy this, and 60,000 goes from our bank once. Okay, now this entry is completed. Okay, now we made a sale. We made a sale of on 10 February. We made a sale. Sales. Let's take the main account sales. We made a sales of 20,000. Money goes to our bank too. Let's take it, because a lot of business keeps 2 or 3 bank for multiple parts. For bank one, we need to see we need to pay payment, and for bank two, we need to see payment. So the reconciliation is very simple when you keep 2 or 3 bank for multiple purposes. Okay, so I'm sorry, this is bank. Bank should be debit. This is a sale, and this is a sale should be credit. Okay, so we made a sale on. Okay, now we need to go fast, complete all those, to touch all those accounts in this entry. Now we on 12 February, purchase, we sell out scrap. We sell some scrap to get some extra amount from it. So this will goes to also bank two and other income. Get this, you say 1,000. Okay, now salary account, we will rent electricity, and those will be at the end of the month receivable. Okay, so we made some more sale of 5,000. Okay, I'm sorry, for time's sake, we will fix it one day. It's not that important. Okay, so sales against credit sale. Actually, credit sale. So this sale we made, it's not our bank, so this will be our receivable. Okay, receivable, and this is sales. We made 5,000. And for payables, we made some purchases, raw material. I don't know what's our business, but we have to keep going. Okay, raw material purchases. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, the purchases. So, and this purchases is not on on cash. This have to be on credit as well. Okay, so we need to what's our purchases? Okay, we need to specify a purchase account, like purchases should be in this income statement. So here's some purchases, and this should be payables. Is payable 10,000. Now we are done with, and so we have fixed asset. We have, okay, now at the end of the month we need to pay electricity, and like at the end of the month we need to pay electricity expenses. So we pay electricity. Okay, sometime in the bills are due, like I will show you here, like you do not receive your salary on 31st or on 30. You normally business distribute your salary after the end of the month, after the end of the month, like 1 to 5 days. So you need to keep those expenses here. In this month, the building also created a payable account. Like here I have to directly get the electricity bill from bank once. Okay, this is 5,000. Okay, but we need to make a liability of our salary. salaries, expenses. So salary account is debit, salary, salary account, and for 10,000, and the payable account should be credited. So yeah, that's it. Okay, this is the overall concept of creating a JV sheet and passing JVs in Excel. So to make a trial balance, we go to to make a ledger first. We need to cut a pivot table. So to make a pivot table, go to insert pivot table, and okay, I will rename it here as a ledger. Okay, now I'll simply add those item accounts, description, debit, credit. Now I will go here to design. I will remove subtotal. I will go to show in tabular form, and I will go to repeat all item label. Then I will go here to make it a good look. Then go to view to remove the red lines, make two rows, and one thing equal, insert the name of the ledger when we are filtering out later. Okay, and make it bold and a little italic. Okay, one thing on just, and drag it out here, and I will have mention what type of account is this from. Here charts of accounts, add a VLOOKUP formula to exact match and enter. So this is our current asset here come out. This is the current asset. And now I'll make one thing. I'll here add ABC Corp. Make a company name, something like that. Make it this one. And I'll also here mention a ledger. So this is our ledger. Now we can remove this one row. Now I will add one field here. Another field is a balance field actually. So go to pivot, item field, calculated field, and here equal debit insert minus credit insert and balances balance. And okay, now alone. Not again here format. Then okay, now I want to it here. Balance field number, no decimal places, 0 numerator, and boom. Okay, now do one thing. We will add a slicer for the account to make it dynamic and filter. So I'll put it right here. Okay, so now if you click any of this, it will give you a ledger or those account cash. You know, this is a summary of every account: electricity, equity, other income. So this is changing. Equity, capital. You know, the name of the ledger will be changed, and also its types of account: salary account. This is an expense account actually. So sales is revenue, revenue, expense, expense, and this is current asset. This is not a, this is a balance sheet item because we purchase our inventory. Okay, so that's it. And we can add one more thing. Can add the date. If you know dynamic for the date as a ledger, go to pivot, insert timeline, and add. Okay, and just put it right here. So this is our. So now we have here only we have the data of February, but you can filter on by quarter, days, month, year, and by month. Even if I click on May, nothing will show. Nothing will show because we have only a data for February. So that's it, folks. That is our nice looking ledger. Now it's time to create a trial balance from this ledger. So guys, our trial balance making is very simple. We just have to need to copy this ledger. Okay, give it a name. Trial balance. Remove those. Go to here, remove the description, remove the date and description. We will only leave those items. So that's it. That is our trial balance. You just have to remove this as well and change the name in formatting here. Okay, so that's it. That's our trial balance. So easy. Everything is okay. The cash is 0 with us. The bank, the asset and equipment, we have this. This bank is this. Actually, trial balance give you the summary of every account. Like in the ledger, there is a detail of debit and credit, but in the trial balance, there should be balances, total debit and total credit, not on date wise and everything. Just, you know, here, if you see here, the cash is 1 lakh 10 lakh sorry debit and 10 lakh credit, so we have zero cash. You can see it here as well in the ledger. First we get 1 million cash, then we purchase a machinery for 1 lakh, and then we transfer 9 lakh to the bank. And add some extra things, some extra account into this charts of account like cost of goods sold and taxes, and also add extra entries to our journal entries for the cost of goods sold and for taxes. Whenever you make or add journal entries, you have to refresh your data like here, so it can be reflected in and it can be updated here. So this is a cost of goods sold and taxes are reflected there in our ledger and also in our trial balance. So to make our profit and loss, we simply make a copy from this. We will profit and loss field, show our field. So what we're gonna do, leave the balances from here. Okay, we'll only leave after accounts, debit and credit. And we will also go here to design to delete it from here as well. Okay, now for we need to create three pivot table. From this one pivot table, we need to create three pivot table of one for revenue, one for cost of goods sold, and one for expenses. So what we're gonna do simply check here that what is our revenue account. So our revenue account is, if you go here to trial balance, our revenue account is always credit. Okay, so what we should do, first of all, we need to filter out this data. We need to select here sales, and we need to select here other income. And okay, now we need to delete this one debit account. So what we're gonna do, we click here and create this debit account. Okay, so that's it. That's our first. Change the name. It should be account, and this should be revenue. Okay. And make another column here. It is total, and make it like okay. Now we put total. Make it a dynamic line, and this is our. I'm gonna make this down so I'm not showing ribbon. Okay, and I'm gonna go here. So that's it. That's our revenue account. We need to copy this. We need to, well, the expense account is always debit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna and delete that. Okay, or here, and you need to select here, unselect all, and you need to select here a cost of goods sold. That's it. That is our cost of goods. Come in here, and we just need to specify here equal this minus this. This should be on. Bar swap it. Also make a double bar to make it a total. Control V and Control I. I'm gonna make this. Okay, so that's it. Done with our account. Now again, copy it. Copy this section and paste it right down below. And now, and again, that's all expenses there, so we don't have any issue here. And we just need to copy this. So you have to write it. So that is the amount. And also hide it. But okay, leave it as it is. And now here you will filter down all the expense related accounts. So we have select electricity, select rent, salary account, cost of goods sold, not and taxes. So that's it as our. And also subtotal. In the subtotal, usually you can also sum it here, but there is a catch. Meaning you want to filter out them. Okay. Now that is the total. And equal this minus this. That should be our net profit. You can also call this an operating profit and move the taxes down here, and then add one extra step to it. Then that should be your net profit. But I'm going to write it down here, all everything, the operating expenses and also the other expenses. So yeah, that's it. Where and we and adding here just a little, and on here, and one from the above. Now we need to add one more thing. This is wrong. Now to make it a dynamic like monthwise and everything, you need to make a slicer. You go to pivot table and insert a timeline and date. Okay, you need to right click on it and go to report connection. This will show you here. you should leave out the ledger and pick one place for Canada, and there should be three profit and loss for three pivot table and make okay. Whenever you everything should be changing. And we don't have anything in November and all those. January, we only did about February. Okay. You can also go to, a step here to make it year wise, quarter wise, and day wise. So, that's it. That's what property law and dynamic. Everything should be changed. But keep one thing in mind, you have to, if you add any other account to this list, like which is related to profit and loss, and related to an expense or a revenue, cost of goods sold should be always one account. But for the, like other business income and other, then you have to filter out, you have to, include this in your filter. Okay, I am going to make it a little more beautiful, make a circle, and that's it. That is for profit and loss dynamic. Oh, I promised you two methods for to create a profit and loss statement. So the detail, but the other one I have to, you just I have to, let's copy it like this. Okay, let's copy it like this. It's not letting me. So now this is our main head. You have to know your main head. Okay, now you can make a week of formula. So the lookup is this table array should be your trial balance. Okay, so this is our your table array. Okay, and it should be your so for revenue you should add three and, also you will get the same data for cost of goods sold. You just need to make it auto, and you will get the cost of goods sold. You also here, here you will get the gross profit here. Okay, so that is your gross profit. And the changes just to make it professional. Yeah, and for the value balance, maybe you have to fix it. Okay, I'm sure I did not fix it. So for this should be two false match exactly and let it close. So yeah, so three and 87,000. This is sad. Still don't mind it. And that's not revenue. Thank you. Don't we did not change the costing here. So that is admin expenses. Operating expenses you can call it if you want. This is involved. And it should be you don't see here total. Okay. And this is admin expenses. So yeah, is it equal this minus this. And this formula should not be very dynamic when it comes to dates and want everything. So my suggestion you stick with the one we created from the table. It's more dynamic and more. And and if there is any updates in the accounts and everything, you need to specify it here manually. Here you just have to filter it down, but here you have to specify and write it down manually. So yeah, that's it. That's the idea of manual profit loss count. Okay, guys, I already created the pro forma. I don't want to waste any time on that. So let me explain it a little bit. So on the top, you have our company name and a title balance sheet. And now, as you all know, balance sheet is divided into two part: assets, liability, and equity. Okay, so this is our all asset related, and this is our all liability related. The first section is fixed asset and long term liability, any fixed liability. Let me highlight it. Okay, so this area is related to our long term liability and long term or fixed asset. And now we come to the current asset, like we highlighted. So this area is on current asset. No, the current asset is actually of those asset which life is less than 1 year. And long-term asset or long-term liability, we call those liabilities and asset which life is more than 1 year. Now, after this is another part of the balance sheet and equity, which is related to liability and equity. So this is our equity part where we will put our capital, the investment, and our return of the, and then we have to total it. So remember, in balance sheet, the total asset must always be equal to total liabilities. Okay, now we have to put all our accounts in this section. Whatever account belong to specific section, we have to find it here in trial balance. I already highlighted those. I will have to unhighlight it and show you. Okay, let me flip this. So for our first section is fixed asset. So we have come. We need to come to trial balance here, and we need to find our fixed asset here. So if in these all accounts, so far we have only one fixed asset and equipment. You have to copy this for the balance sheet and put it right here. Okay, so this is done. Now, what is now we need to find our current assets. Current asset is bank is our current asset. Bank to this prepared expenses also current asset. Receivable is our current asset. Rent and inventory is our current asset. So yes. These are our current assets. Let me put it right here. First in equity, then we'll have to go for calculation. Now, long-term liabilities. Okay, now let me highlight this. Now this is done. Now, what is our long-term liability? So overall payable is actually our long-term liability. But for the example purpose, we put everything in payable. But for this example, I have created another account which is payable salary. Okay, so I just transfer this amount like previously we put in not payable to payable salary for this example to create one current liability. Now, let me copy this table and put it right here in long-term and taxes too. Okay, now I need to copy this balance sheet and this are current liabilities. Okay. Okay, now we come to our equity part. So there is only one account, I think, for equity, which is the equity capital. And let okay, there is one other account we need to put right onto the capital, which is repair tax. We need to because it should not be reflected in the bills. And this amount is actually the profit and loss made. Whatever our net income, net loss, it should come here to balance sheet at the end. Okay, now let's get to calculation. And if we look up value is this trial balance, but 4 to fix it, and 4 for the column, and a click match. Okay, and that's it. That's our asset amount. Just copy this formula right down for everything. Yeah, copy right here as well. Okay, one thing actually all the liabilities amount will be the amount which are it should be our liability is actually showing n minus sign. So we need to convert it to plus balance sheet. So we need to grind minus one. Okay, and then we have to copy this now. Next in the future, if we encounter, okay, we need to put an L formula. So okay, sorry, and the retail amount should come from profit and loss here or net profit. Okay, so that's it. Now we need to get the total of everything. R plus is the shortcut for summing. Plus, and now it will be equal to this. Okay, now the 40 here. UEI balance sheet. Yeah, everything. And this will be exactly equal. This. So that's it. Let's go for some formatting. Let's go here and format this. Yes, go here. Double click, format everything like this. Yeah. So here. This should be another column. Okay, done. And let's convert the numbers. So that's our snapshot balance sheet. These are our assets on, these are our liability. That should be always equal to this. If it's a different, then you will something. Oh, I've already created the profile of our Cashflow. I don't want to waste any time on this. So let me explain it to you. This is the header, and or we always started from the net profit. The net profit is the that we have to mention here. So we equal and bring the profit, the net profit or loss to here. So this is our net profit. Let me format this as number. So we always note it with a net profit. Okay. Now we have to add in minus the activities. This is this section is belongs to operating activities. These are the transaction in the balance sheet, which is less than like related to current assets and current liabilities. Okay. So whenever this is also called working capital, which was explained in some videos. But here the idea is to whatever if the cash goes out, we have to decrease it, and the cash comes in, which is not very a simple idea about decreasing and increasing, but you get to know it. So this is related to operating activity. This section is related to investing activity, like we did some investment or long-term purchase of estate and other related. And the last one is here is finance activities, like if you do some financing for other source of income, or our equities also come into this place. So now let's get started. For cash flow, everything will come from a balance sheet. Okay, the balance sheet, all the balance sheet account we will be placing here. So if you go to balance sheet and start from the fixed asset, so this is related to financing. We have to copy the from right out here and place it here. And we go again to balance sheet. We need to leave the bank because this is not our activities as well. And I think this is just bank. So we need to leave these three and copy these three other current asset and current asset, which is working capital related to. So we need to put it right in operating activities. Okay, now this part is all. Now we come to balance sheet. This right part here is not properly and as investment, but if anything related to long-term liability investment, you can put it at here. It doesn't matter if you put it anywhere. So you need to skip over concept of that. And like that, we need to come down again to balance sheet, and there was a paper sale, copy it, come down here and place it in the operating activities. And now the last part is retain on being on becomes you already mentioned retain is a net profit. So we need equity. Oh, that's it. That's all our account we have to deal with. And then the idea are simple. Just we look a formula. Sell. Look up. So what will X will come back? It's to look up a balance. So need everything 4 for fix it and 4 for turn and exact match. And just copy everything like the is now you need to calculate it. Okay. Cash flow and cash flow from activities. Change this cash flow from investing activities. This and net cash flow from financing activities. Which is this. Now let's forward this a little bit. Now one thing is like prepared expenses is our assets. Okay, so the cash is going out. Okay, but here if you see it's showing an a plus sign. It's showing it's adding it. But people say this should be plus, but it's subtracting. But we need to flip this. Whatever is plus, it should be minus, and whatever is minus, it should be plus. So what we can do, we have to multiply by minus 1. Okay, all these minus 1, and also these. This one and if you add all those net profit, you can start from the net profit and all the net cash flow from all the activities. You should reach to your cash balance in the account. If you've done everything right, this is our net balance is in our bank balance. Can confirm it from here. I will to ledger. That one is here located 3,000. Put it right here. Okay. Bank 2, the 1,000 right here, and cash we have nothing. So let's end this. And 74,000. Right? 74,000. You have to come to the balance. If this is strong, you have done something. So this is the idea of cash flow. And that's it, folks. This is our last statement that we have completed our accounting cycle. We start from the charts of account. We make the accounts, then we approach some journal entries, then with the journal entry, we make a pair table and come to the ledger, and also we create it from this blob, the pivot table or fund balance, and then we make a profit and loss from pivot table. Balance sheet we created a little bit manually with the VLOOKUP formula, and we need to understand which accounts before in balance sheet. You need to understand the concept and a cash flow statement
from the last the balance sheet account. So also come to the cash flow account. Now, why we did not include the profit and loss account? Because the profit and loss account is already been calculated from. That's why we only pick up the net profit and plus minus some inflow and outflow, and we get the net profit. We put it above right here, and then we calculate the balance sheet account. Then we at the end we need to come up with the cash in hand. So ending balance is on 20th of February is the same amount. So thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe and like this video. So in the future I have come up with more template and example related to accounting and investment. Thank you.